Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in this market or to just learn from the market. But first, let me give my disclaimer, y'all. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. But if you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, let's get started. So we are looking at AMD. We closed at 234.56, and as you can see, we have bounced off of this level of around 223.98 as support. Bounce from there only to have some trouble at this 50 EMA around the 232.05. So I like to say, where are the trouble places? I'm going to mark this area here. Why? Because price has gathered in this little zone here. Again, I look at support and resistance on a smaller scale. Why? Because when I'm in the trade, I kind of want to know where my possible trouble places are, right? So looking at AMD, 231.93 is a support area. As of now, breaking back to the upside, we will need to get back above that 233.48. Should we break that level, you see here, price stopped in this area here around the 234.81. Should we break that level, 237.75, and breaking that brings us back to, I'm going to look right here where the body of those candles are, around the 239.17. Should we break the 239.17, 240.87, and breaking that brings us back to around 243.91. Keep in mind, we could very well get stopped out around this 241.90 area. Again, not financial advice. So those are possible areas of resistance for AMD today. Now let's look to the downside. Under the 231.93, we could very well come back to 230.17. You see the 200 EMA around the 228.71 has been support area for us, or resistance, right? So breaking that, we could very well come back to 226.81, 225.50, 225.80. That is where our ATR trailing stop is forming, kind of close to that now at the 225.42. So should we break that level for AMD today, 224.49, 223.98, and breaking that 223.20. Should we break that 223.20, 221.49 could be a support area for us. However, breaking that 219.80 could be a support area for AMD. Also breaking that 219.89, 217.98, and again at 216.83. So if AMD is something that you trade, I say it often, y'all, market levels, once it goes against your why, get out. Make sure you have the discipline to get out, right? So that is going to. All right, so we are looking at Meta, and I knew that was going to happen. So Meta closed at 712.07. As you can see, we've come down here to the 697. 697.11 is this low, but as you see here, price stopped here at the 698.27. We kind of knew we could possibly find support in that area, right? So where are the trouble places for Meta as of now? That 50 EMA was a resistance area for us, but you see I had that 708.77 marked, right? So it's really close to that 50 EMA. Where are the trouble places? We would need to get back above that 707. Let's see, 708.77. We could possibly have trouble 709.38. And again here at 709.86, there's a lot of resistance for Meta right here. So breaking that, we could possibly have trouble 710.79, 711.27, 712.03, 712.86. We can use that 200 EMA at 713.34 and breaking that 713.96. But as you see, there's a few layers here at the 714.77 area. We could possibly have trouble in this area for Meta. Breaking that, we could very well come back to around the 716.34. So if you're trading Meta to the upside, those are possible areas of resistance. Now, let's look back to the downside. Say, for instance, we break under this level here of 707.57. We have 706.90, 706.48, not far away, but look where that 5 EMA is. Yeah, I like to see that, right? So breaking that, we could very well come back to 705.50, again at 704.83, but you see there's a few layers of support down to that 704.13. So breaking that, 703.51, y'all see the price here, right? 703.51. Should we break that for Meta today? 702.47. Again here at 701.91, price gathered in this area here. 701.91, breaking that. 701.44, $700.99. And should we break that for Meta? 699.96, breaking that level. 699.51, 699.02, 698.27. Those are possible areas of support and resistance for Meta. And if you're trading Meta, I said often, y'all, mark your levels. Make sure you have a plan before going into the trade, right? So we are looking at NVDA. We closed at 181.81. We have come down to this area. We came down to this 171.38 area, found support, bounced from there, only to come back to this area of resistance around the 180.65 as of now. Support, we can say here, 179.93. So where are the trouble places for NVIDIA? We need to get back above that 180.78, breaking that level. 181.07, 181.28, 181.53, 181.89. There's a few layers of resistance there at 180 up to the 182.28. Now, should we break that level, we could possibly come back to around 182.56. Our 200 EMA as of now on this 30-minute chart is at the 182.75. But y'all see, it's really close to a level that we have marked up to the 183.05. So if we should break the 183.05, possibly have trouble 183.31. Again here at 183.74. Those are possible areas of resistance for NVIDIA today. Now let's look to the downside. I'm going to see if I can get this right. Yes, let's look to the downside for NVIDIA today. Now should we break under this level here of 179.74, we can come back to 179.51, 179.16. Y'all see that is where 20 EMA is as of now. I just love to see it, right? So breaking that level, 178.86, 178.58, 178.25, 177.99, 177.80, and breaking that 177.59, breaking that level for NVIDIA today, 177.43. So there's a few layers of support for NVIDIA in this area here, from the 178.25 down to the 177.43, breaking that 177.13. And y'all see the ATR trailing stop is forming here at a level that we have marked at the 176.89. Should we break that for NVIDIA today, 176.60 and 176.38. So if NVIDIA is something that you trade today, y'all, I say it so often, trade carefully, mark your levels, and make sure you have a plan before going into the trade. I say that often, right? So we are now looking at the SPY. We closed at 660.64 after coming off of this 650, let's see, 651 low here. Interesting, right? So we found support at an area, y'all see it, right, where we knew we could possibly have trouble. So where are the trouble places as of now for the SPY? It looks as if resistance is around this 661.04. We can say support. We can use that 50 EMA or this level 659.11. So back to the upside above the 661.04, have 661.38, 661.75, 662.03, 662.40, 662.77, 663.41, 663.90. Those are possible areas of resistance for the SPY as of now. Back to the downside under this level here of 659.11, we could very well come back to around the 658.51, breaking that 657.59, and under that level around the 656.65. Should we break that 655.57 and breaking that level 654.81? Should we break that level 653.94 and breaking that for the SPY today 653.36? It's kind of close in area here. So if we break that 653.94, you see the ATR trailing stop is forming around that 653.36 area. Breaking that, there's a few layers here. Again, price held us up in this area here. So around, you know, that 652.98 down to the 652.66 and the 652.17 area, which is here. here. So if SPY should break this level, y'all see it, there's a few layers here at 651.87 and again at 651.42. So if the SPY is something that you trade today, I say trade carefully, y'all. Trade carefully. It's been an interesting market this week, right? So we are now looking at Tesla, and I say it so often, y'all, Tesla does what Tesla does. We came off of a 439 high on yesterday. Y'all see we got rejected at that ATR trailing stop, but look at the line here at 439.27 was an area we knew we could possibly have trouble. What was interesting is we did not go back above that 440.41. In my opinion, that is strong resistance at this case, right? So where are the trouble places as of now for Tesla? We've come off of this 415.13 low. Y'all see that we had the 414.99 area marked, which is really, really close, right? We gathered in this area here only to break out to the upside. Trouble place was right here at the 427.26. So that is a rejection area for us. But guess what? We kind of knew we could possibly have trouble in that area, right? So where are the trouble places for Tesla, right? So we would need to get back above, let's say, the 428.01, but keep in mind that 428.60 has been a strong area of resistance for Tesla or support for Tesla. As of now, it is a resistance for us. So breaking back above that 428.60, we could possibly have trouble again, 429.99, but that's kind of close to where that 200 EMA is right there, and a level here at 430.53. Should we break that for Tesla today, 432.22, and again here at 433.50, breaking that level, 434.54, and breaking that for Tesla today, 436.19, 436.99, 437.71, 438.42, 439.27, and again this 440.41. So if you're trading Tesla to the upside today, those are possible areas of resistance. Now back to the downside, let's say, we break back under, I'm going to say this level here. If we break back under the 423.25, we have 422.22. For some reason, that has been an area, in my opinion, a strong area of support for Tesla. Breaking this level brings us back to the 420.39 area, which is here, breaking that. Not far away, which is the 419.71. If we break that 419.71, 418.62, which brings us kind of back in this area, 418.62, and breaking that, y'all see the ATR trail and stop is forming right here at the 417.94 area that we have marked. I love to see it. Breaking that brings us back to around 416.56, and should we break that 414.99, which is kind of close to this 415.13 low here. So breaking this 415.13, where are the possible trouble places for Tesla? Let's say 413.75, 412, if we should break that 412 area for Tesla, 410.01, and again here at 407.89, breaking that 407.89 area for Tesla, 406.57, and again here at 404.80. So I say trade carefully today. These are possible areas of support and resistance for Tesla. I said often, y'all, not financial advice, and in this market anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed, right? So with Tesla, we breaking out here, we could very well come up and get rejected on this 20 EMA or this area here around the 429.70 area, or this 430 area. We could very well come up here, test this area, and come back to the downside, or we can break through and continue climbing. So I say it often, trade carefully, trade what you see, right? So again, y'all, this is what I see when I look at the market. I say it so often that, there's so many different ways to trade the market, and what's challenging is trying to figure out the strategy that works best for you, and for you to have the discipline to execute your plan, making sure that you have a plan before going into the trade. So I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day today. If you could please like, share, subscribe, y'all. We learn and we grow together. With that being said, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others. Until next time.